Good afternoon, guys. Real quick, for those of you who would like to, you need to get your car or truck worked on, you live up in the Worcester area, head to Greasy's Garage. They can fix whatever you got. Car, truck, Mini Cooper, it don't matter. And he always carries Bears products. And if you want to learn more about Bears products, his hair products, car products, go into the description box, scroll all the way down, and Bear describes all of his products. And with the car products, learn how to get better gas mileage. Most people, everyone I know, gets between 4 and 5.5 miles per gallon better. And with the price of gas heading skyward, that would be a heck of a savings. And also, for those of you who want a cool T-shirt, I know I don't have one on. It's an old Carhartt, but go to libtardtees.com. He's got T-shirts, sweatshirts, all kinds of good stuff. Let's go ahead and dig into some of the news here. Texas becomes biggest U.S. state to lift the COVID-19 mask mandate. A lot of people, they've caught on. They're creating havoc, and they're like, prove to us, show us the science behind the mask mandate. Show us the science that proves masks work. They can't do it. Can't do it. State by state, this is going to go away. And people are going to realize that they've been taken. Moving on to out in California, a semi-truck on Tuesday crashed into an SUV carrying 25 people on a Southern California highway, killing 13 people and leaving others injured. And it says California Highway Patrol Omar Watson said 12 people died at the scene, which is about 11 miles. My guess, those 25 people, we can well imagine they were illegals, would be my guess. And it says Macario Mora, a spokesman for Customs and Border Protection in Yuma, said the Border Patrol was helping other law enforcement with the crash. He said the immigration status of those in the SUV was unknown and being investigated. Well, you and I both know that they were a bunch of illegals. Moving on, let's go to the Gateway Pundit here. Their top story still is the Michigan National Guard troops in D.C. hospitalized after Democrat-run city repeatedly feeds them raw, undercooked meat with meals and meals laced with metal shavings. So tell me this, if the Democrats have control of the military, which we know they don't, why would they do that to the military? Because they don't have control of them. And all that they did by doing that is they just angered the military even more. And then embattled Governor Cuomo to be stripped of emergency powers and legislative deal. I don't know how far they're going to go after him. But I know this before it's all over with. Cuomo and probably 7 or 8 other governors, are going to get nailed for murder for what they did in the nursing homes. The ones that we all know about are the ones I always talk about, plus Jay Inslee from Washington State, the guy from perhaps Minnesota or Montana. There's one of those states. Someone has told me that they would be indicted as well. And then speaking of Minnesota, a Minnesota bill would criminalize trans athletes using female locker rooms. Now, I said a long time ago, I'm not here to say I told you so, but it was just logic that eventually the women from the left and the right, the conservatives, would all get together on this issue. And they would come together and they would fight it. And they're going to win. They're going to win hands down. And as a couple of young ladies last year, they said that the left has gone so far, and they were both lesbians, and they said that the left has gone so far left that they've left us behind. And that's exactly what's happening today. The left they're just going bonkers. And then Governor Abbott announces all businesses in Texas can reopen 100% in statewide mask mandate. Good for him. Moving on to, let's see here. Psaki says she has nothing when asked about replacing tens of thousands of energy jobs destroyed by Joe Biden, and she doesn't care. And people, Democrats, are beginning to realize Biden, Harris, none of these people, they could care less. They just don't care a spit about them. And 6 Dr. Seuss books won't be published because of racist and insensitive imagery. This is one of the things that will be undone that's being done today. As you know, what we're watching is a lot of insanity by these Democrats. And people are beginning to realize that it's like, this is not the Democrat Party that I thought it was. Now, you would have thought that they would have caught on by now, but people don't pay attention. And it's not just the Democrats who don't pay attention. A lot of conservatives, they haven't paid attention either. But they're paying attention now. And then McConnell, McCarthy, Pence, and Romney, McDaniel's GOP is lost and tone deaf. Latest flyer shows they have no clue what Americans and their base want now. That's false. That's false. They do know what we want. They just don't care. That's the difference. These people, the Democrats, they all know what we want. They just don't care. It's just not what they want. It's not what they're being paid to do. Soros and company are paying them a lot of money to screw this country up. They're paying them a lot of money to do what they want them to do, not us. They figure the money's going to come from us no matter what. And they don't think there's ever going to be a price to be paid. And a lot of people, period, they've lost hope and they think Trump and the military, they've walked away from us. No, they haven't. I guarantee you they have not walked away. Moving on, FBI Chief Chris Wray. Too early to tell because of Officer Sicknick's death, despite what the family says. Let's go ahead and dig into that one a little bit here. It says it's been nearly 2 months since Officer Brian Sicknick died following the riot at the U.S. Capitol on January 6th. The original reports by the fake news mainstream media were that Officer Sicknick was beaten over the head with a fire extinguisher. But that false narrative has since been debunked. Even far-left CNN admits it's more likely he died from the effects of chemicals sprayed into the crowd that day. The media initially ran with the story that Officer Sicknick was beaten over the head with a fire extinguisher by Trump supporters, and that's just false. And actually, apparently, what happened, according to Sicknick's family, he suffered from a blood clot and stroke and was on a ventilator. So that's what he died of, blood clot and a stroke. May he rest in peace. Let's see what else here. Speaking of Christopher Wray, he says no evidence Antifa left-wing groups played a role in January 6th Capitol riot. But we know he's part of the deep state. And we also know, too, he's going to go down. Let's see here. Seriously, FBI Christopher Wray testifies there's no evidence of fake Trump supporters at U.S. Capitol building. You know something? Doesn't even faze me. Doesn't even faze me. He'll be dealt with. Let's see what else here. That looks to be it for the Gateway Pundit. God bless y'all. Have a great day. Thank you once again for all your support. It is very much appreciated. And hang in there. Hang in there. Remember, always remember two names, Soleimani and al-Baghdadi. God bless y'all. Bye-bye now.